Hey everyone, I'm here with your weekly Tarotscope for the week of November the 26th to December 2nd of 2018. We are almost at the end of 2018, which is really crazy. For those of you that may have seen on YouTube or some of my other social media, I was having some problems with uploading video last week. I have found a workaround, so thank you for your patience and for all the people who gave me some ideas and things of what to do. So thank you so much, but I'm back, and hopefully, cross my fingers, things will stay good. Mercury retrograde, it definitely hit me, that's for sure, it definitely in the technology department, that's for sure. So we, as always, if you want your own reading, you can go to my Etsy shop. I do have for this week the shadow reading up for a low price, and then it'll go back up in December. It's kind of my November featured reading, or whatever you want to call it. So let's get started with our tarot scopes for the week. So Aries, we have here the Eight of Swords, the captor. So last week, Aries, you were definitely making progress, but this is a week where things are going to kind of get stuck. Now, you are ruled by Mars, and Mars is in Pisces right now, a sign it's not terribly happy in. So you may feel like the progress that you've been making over the last while kind of gets stuck and stalled, and you may even feel like you've been backed into a corner a little bit as far as you're not really sure which way to go, and you almost feel like you kind of put yourself there too. You may have made some decisions that have kind of put you in this position. Now, there is a way out. It's just that you're not seeing it right now. So it's telling you to stop, to look around, and to maybe ask for help from others instead of just plowing ahead, because you're not seeing the path out of this particular problem. For Taurus, we have the Hollow Void, the Four of Cups. This card's been coming up frequently, I find. So Taurus, there's a feeling of somewhat a little bit of dissatisfaction this week, but you can't quite put your finger on it. You're feeling maybe a little bit down, or a little bit like, oh, what's the use with things, but just a little bit discouraged about things. Again, it's asking you to slow down and look within. So whereas with Aries, it's saying maybe you need to ask for some help from people around you, this one is saying you need to slow down and look within to find what's upsetting you, or what's making you stuck, or what's making you feel like things aren't quite right. It's also saying you're maybe not seeing some of the blessings that are being offered to you in this moment. For Gemini, we have the Outlaw, which is generally known as the Hanged Man, which is about redemption and sacrifice, it says on the bottom. So this week, Gemini, you're being asked to look at things a little bit differently. So you as well are being asked to slow down and to kind of look at things from a different perspective, perhaps even a more spiritual perspective. And this means that this is not a time of moving forward. This is a time of waiting. There's nothing you can really do right now. It's also a time of sacrifice, that you may have to give something up now to get something better in the future. And it's also a time of some deep spiritual insights as well. So this time does have its gifts. For Cancer, we have the Scarlet Shield, otherwise known as the Queen of Swords. Cancer, this is going to be an interesting week, I think. So for a lot of the signs, we're getting some interesting energies this week. So Cancer, it's a week where you're going to have to make a decision that other people may not like. And I know, Cancer, you're always worried about other people's feelings, but it says in this situation you can't be. You have to make a decision that's best for you, and you have to stick to it. You have to say, no, this is what I'm doing, and you don't have to explain yourself to others. But if you do feel you want to explain, you just say that it's best for you, or you think this is best in the long run, but you really don't have to explain yourself to others. It's also saying that the decisions that you make should come from a place of wisdom, from what you've experienced before. The best predictor of future behavior in others is past behavior. And so you're going to have to take that into account when you're making decisions. People can promise you the moon, but if their actions don't back it up, actions speak louder than words. So Leo, we have here the stronghold of the Zephyrs, also known as the Page of Air. So you're asked, this week is interesting, Leo. You're going to be asked to ask questions, and ask the questions that maybe people don't really want to ask. You're going to have to be the troublemaker, the one that asks the thing, that says the thing that no one else wants to say. Somebody sometimes has to be the one that does it. And sometimes we have to ask those difficult questions, and not just of others, but ourselves as well. If there's something that doesn't feel quite right, it's probably because it isn't. And sometimes we need to point that out. Now, if we're causing trouble just for the sake of causing trouble, that's not good. But we need to ask those difficult questions this time. And so this is kind of the week to do it. For Virgo, we have Archangel Commander, who is the King of Swords. We're getting a lot of sword energy here. So Virgo, you're also having to make a decision much like Cancer, and it's one where you're having to kind of look at all of the long-term ramifications. There may be a big legal decision that you're making of some kind. If you have a court hearing or anything that involves like bureaucracy or official sort of government business, it looks like things will go well, but it says that you have to kind of make a decision with your head. You have to make one that is good for those around you as well, and that fits in with the law. Don't try to cut corners or say, oh, no one will find out about this, because they will. You have to make sure all your I's and T's are, your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed, all that kind of stuff when it comes to those decisions. For Libra, we have the Necromancer, or the Moon. Libra, it's a week of uncertainty. It's a week where you kind of feel like things are up in the air and you're not really sure which way to go. You may be feeling really moody as well. You may be feeling depressed at times. You may be feeling sad or fearful. And it's saying not to take your emotions too seriously, to let them pass, to just let them be for what they are. And again, not a time of decisions, because you don't have all the information and you're really not quite in the right headspace to be able to make them. This is a really great time, though, for exploring spirituality, for exploring your dreams, a good time to connect with your intuition and with your mysterious side. For Scorpio, we have the Joined One, or the Two of Chalices. So Scorpio, this is a great week for romance. So it seems like other sides have, some kind of big decisions or realizations they have to make, or they need to slow down. With you, it's saying this is a great week for love, a great week for romance, whether that's reconnecting with your partner, or if this is, finding a new love. It's also a really great time just to get together one-on-one with friends, but it's a time of feeling good and a time where love really is in the air. For Sagittarius, we have the Shining Quarry. This is the Knight of Pentacles in most decks. So slow and steady, which I know Sagittarius are not that prone to do, but with Mercury being retrograde in your sign, I think this is good advice. So it's saying don't rush into things this week. Take things slow, take things steady, try to make practical decisions. Keep the long term in mind rather than the short term in mind. So patience, slow and steady progress this week. For Capricorn, we have the Sacred Cinnabar, or the Ace of Swords. Again, lots of swords energy this week. Capricorn, I know you've had a couple of weeks where it's kind of, you maybe have been feeling stuck as well, or things were a little more serious, and it's saying this is the week to charge forward. This is the week to make a choice, make a change. This is the week where you need to kind of strike out on your own. It's saying you're taking on a new challenge of some kind. This could be studies, this could be any kind of new project, moving house, any new change or development. It's saying this change is going to have challenges in it, but that you're more than up to the task to take them on. So to have courage and move forward with your plans. For Aquarius, we have the Four of Swords, and it's saying to rest. And unlike some of the other signs where they're resting to gather themselves or to make a decision, or because they're feeling stuff, for you it's just saying rest. Just rest. If you don't rest, you may get sick. Sometimes our bodies force ourselves to rest. So it's saying this is just time to slow down, have some rest, enjoy yourself. And Pisces. Pisces, we have here the Nine of Cups, but it's reversed. So Pisces, when this card is right side up, it's about a wish come true. But when it's upside down, it's saying that not yet. It's not saying it won't happen. It's just saying now is not quite the right time. So it's asking you to be patient. It's saying that things look good towards your goals and towards your wishes, but it's just not quite come together yet. But you may see some signs this week that things are in progress. So it's a week very much of people be asking to slow down, to put things on hold, to step back, to think about things. It's a bit of the energy is a little bit challenging this week. I did have a card pop out while I was shuffling, and it was the Empress. So whatever sign you are this week, the Empress is really asking us to enjoy the abundance around us. So no matter what else is going on, I know for a lot of signs they've been asked to slow down this week. It's saying to enjoy all the wonderful things that are around us. I know it was just recently Thanksgiving in the U.S. We are in, the holiday season. And so enjoy yourself, enjoy the bounty and the abundance that's around you. It's also saying to connect with your creative side as well, and to express yourself in a way that's creative no matter what's going on around you. So that's what I'm seeing for this month. I'm also going to put up the astro weather as well, so if you're interested in that, there'll be a separate video about that. And if you want to join the Rock and Roll Witches Facebook group, you can click on the link below. It's a fun group. We talk about astrology and tarot and witchcraft and everything, so it's a great way to connect. So if you want to join there, you can click below. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, of course, put down below. Thank you so much, and as always, peace, love,